Ladies and gentlemen, we have played 11 weeks worth of games, and it has come down to the playoffs. I am Sean47 Trenton in the booth, and we have the 4 seed ToransuShoujo versus the 5 seed. This was mmuurphy. And ToransuShoujo finished with an 8-3 record in Division A with a average clear rate of 7.9, and this was mmuurphy finished 6-5 in Division B with an average clear rate of 7.3. This will be a best of 5, so the first runner to win 3 matches will take the set and will move on to play the winner of the 1 versus 8. Trenton, what are you expecting to see out of these fantastic runners in the first game of the playoffs?
You know, when you see those clear rates so close to each other, that's their average clears, it says this is going to be as close a match as it can get. It might come down to how well you use those skips. So do you use them too early and miss it later? Do you hold off and then maybe spend too much time on one you wish you had gotten out of? You're going to have to judge very carefully from this point on because the margin of error is going to be so thin.
Yeah, certainly. We've seen a wide variety of skip uses throughout all the different runners and different players, from Feeney's skip nothing to certainly some more aggressive skipping methods. And we shall see what category these runners will fall under, as they are almost ready to go with Protect the POW 56-second world record.
Nice quick level, 11% clear rates. You know, that's a decent clear rate. It obviously means many people have been dying on this level, but for people who have been playing at a high level of Mario Maker, it's within your jam. You know, you're probably going to be doing okay. So, looks like we got to escort this POW.
Yeah, so far, mmuurphy with a little bit of a lead, and certainly doesn't seem too difficult of a level, as mmuurphy picks up the checkpoint. Shoujo should shortly follow.
Looked like a nice intro section, maybe get you used to the concept. I believe that's some rising lava, so gotta move.
Yeah, mmuurphy heads into the pipe. Shoujo no more than 2 seconds behind, and mmuurphy moves on to the third section of the level.
Little cannon elevator action going on here. This is a very forgiving level, actually. And mmuurphy's made a little bit more progress in it.
Yeah, certainly you can see why this had such a high clear rate at 11%. Doesn't seem to be too difficult so far. Both these runners picking up the second checkpoint with ease. mmuurphy skillfully making some wiggler jumps.
Looks like there are 2 different directions you could go, but either one seems to get you to the goal. mmuurphy goes and clear it just a little bit faster.
Yeah, effectively side-by-side clears. We are tied early with 1.5 minutes into the match.
Back-to-back SMW levels to kick things off. I'm always intrigued on what the breakdown ends up being. Sometimes you see a style favored over the others, and sometimes styles favor one runner over the other. But a little classic SMW shell jumping here.
Yeah, Shoujo, I believe, getting it on the first try. mmuurphy having a little bit more trouble with it.
Intriguing approach in that one took the mushroom power-up, one did not. Although now it's lost for mmuurphy, but to pass intentionally on the mushroom is an interesting choice.
Yeah, mmuurphy looks to have taken the cue from Shoujo on that assessment, as he passed on the mushroom in the second set. Let's see if he passes on it here. He has so far, and now he picks it up.
Basically really needed that shell there. Not enough height on that jump, so a little bit faster on the other side, and mmuurphy might even be thinking about ending this one. That or he's just using... I think he's having controller issues. I think he's showing us some controller issues. His time runs out. That could be a big problem if he's got a controller problem.
Yeah, it's a 60-second level. Murphy, with the controller issues, might put him substantially behind as Feeney gets lit up by the Padobos.
Well, it's obviously something we're going to have to watch here with Murphy. If this is a persistent problem, it could really, really hurt. As first 3D world is going to be cleared.
Yes, Shoujo using that controller malfunction on Murphy's end to her advantage, quickly clearing that 19-second level and heading into a level called Troll. Let's see how long she sticks with it, or if she can make it.
So Toadette versus Mario, by the way, on the character breakdown. Always interesting, just as a side note, to see what character of choice they use.
Murphy coming up just short on that shell jump, but now gets it. Picks
Doesn't
up
have
the
enough
Yoshi.
time, no. Only
No,
2 seconds left.
Not.
I think Murphy needs to skip at this point. Don't worry about how much time you invested in the level. If it's not working out for you, it's just time to move on.
Yeah, as once again, it looks like those controller issues are coming into play. Murphy having to spend time fixing his controller as Shoujo skips the troll level.
That's a lot more important than any individual level. You've got 5 matches here. I don't know what provisions or rules we have about technical difficulties of hardware failures, but it's a lot more important to get that working.
Yeah, certainly if Murphy can fix his controller, he won't be facing, at least now, a 2-clear deficit, but Shoujo seems to be flying through the speedrun so far. And
Nice
right
little
on cue, she's
nice
got
little-
it.
Nice little SMW speedrun, and our 3 out of 4 levels now, SMW so far. And Murphy does get the clears, so finally got past that one, controller issue and all.
Yeah, let's see if Murphy has rectified his controller issues as he heads into this Japanese level. This was, if I remember correctly, effectively a hold right level.
Well, don't jump, that's for sure. Chad's speculating that actually, maybe with the issues he was having, that he could not skip that last level. That's certainly a possibility.
And it looks like Shoujo once again will be picking up an axe. Not yet.
Not
It
quite
doesn't
just
look
yet. Murphy staying alive, gets the clear on the 3D world level.
And Shoujo missing the donut jumps and getting poisoned by the purple lava below as Murphy heads into Troll.
All right, another round with Boom Boom here. A little bit of a confined space, but taking care of business.
And Murphy finds the Kaizo blocks above his head and dives right into the spikes. Let's see if Shoujo can make these donut jumps on her second.
That looks to be the end. Well, how is this going to work? Are we looking for a hidden key, or... That wasn't it, though.
Yeah, on the screen it said this was made by a 9-year-old. This certainly could be Little Jimmy, even though this isn't his typical exploits.
That is a very long title. That's going to be another new soup level. And looks like you're going to have to get both of those bombs to be able to make progress, so quick start over.
And Murphy heads out of the troll level using his first skip.
Yeah, not gonna feel bad if you take advantage of a skip on a troll level. It's usually a good time to do it if you can't find an easy answer the first or second time through. Now Murphy's seeing this SMW speedrun level that was only took a couple tries on the other side. We'll see how this goes.
Meanwhile, Shoujo looking to get the Bowser to let the key out. As once again, Murphy jumps and gets cut in half by the saws.
Got a door now. How are the door strats going to pay off? They're going to pay off well. That's another clear.
Yeah, Shoujo has now doubled Murphy's clears as Murphy takes a dive into the abyss.
But Murphy's having a little bit of trouble on the controlled spin jump, so a lot of these are not max spin jumps, which are a little more easy to be consistent with, but you have to cut it short to hit some of these slumps, and he's not quite getting the timing on those. Of course, that one in particular he just died to has no indicator of where you're supposed to do it, so it's a little off-theme for the rest of the level, which definitely always makes a jump like that harder.
Yeah, certainly as Shoujo heads into the 4 pink coins level, another 3D world. Oh, just short of the flag for Shoujo as Murphy finally finds his tape and cuts the clear deficit to 2.
Took a few attempts to pick up on what was going on with the level, but Murphy got it, and now there's an opportunity to get some momentum going. The yellow strats pay off, and there's another clear.
Yeah, Shoujo wanting to keep the clear gap at 3 between Murphy and having no trouble at all clearing that on her second attempt as Murphy heads into this 42-second boss level.
Shoujo has just been smooth all the way through, has really picked up well on these levels and what was needed to get clear of them.
Yes, but not being able to clear those 2 spinies and forced to attempt this level once again as Murphy heads to the donut section, make it up, and he can pick up the clear.
Chad asks if there's been any skips yet. Murphy did use one on a troll level. That was a level that Shoujo had cleared.
No, Shoujo skipped that level.
Shoujo skipped that, okay.
Yeah, it's 1-to-1 as far as skips go by both players.
Got a plant in our way, but Shoujo getting past that, and all of a sudden a car level.
Let's see, seems to be a lot of enemies on Shoujo's screen as Murphy heads into the donut section for the second time.
Shoujo gotta be thinking, what are these hitboxes?
Certainly we've all thought that, but Shoujo's thinking about that 4 clear lead that she's now picked up over Murphy. And Murphy cheesing the level. Well played by Murphy right there. Just walking through the clouds and hitting the axe for his 5th clear. 3 minutes to go, 3 clear deficit. Can he come back?
Yeah, well, you know, that means you have to be clearing 1 a minute without Shoujo clearing another level, so another clear is probably going to clinch this, but you're not looking at the scores, obviously, so Murphy's probably looking at that number of 5 and thinking, can I get 2 more on the board? Can I get close to my average, at least?
Yeah, certainly Murphy trying to get through this level, but the bombs do not blow up a passage through, so Murphy forced to restart and heading out using his second.
And it may be a case of he saw the timer and said, not fast enough, I'll take my chances on something else. But, of course, also with 2 minutes left and 2 skips, you can't take them with you to the next round.
Let's see if Murphy can find the cheese. He knows that there's a 6-second world record. He goes for the YOLO. Does he make it? Yes, he does. Two
Nice quick
clears.
level.
2 clears, 2 minutes for Murphy. Shoujo, meanwhile, using the builder to break through to the next section of this 3D world level.
So there's 6, and like I say, I think if you're looking at this on tail of the tape of what your opponent does, you know Shoujo is coming in here with an average of 7, a little over 7, just like yourself. So you're thinking, if I get to 7, I'm probably equal.
Yeah, Shoujo, meanwhile, doesn't have a builder suit, unable to make it through. Murphy trying to head over the top and does not find a passage. That might be it.
There's just so little time left at this point. A lot of time was lost on the controller matter.
Yeah,
And
certainly Shoujo having a lot of trouble with Bowser's moat, but Murphy does not have enough time left for that to matter. Might be able to get up to 7 here, but certainly does not look like he will be able to tie it up.
Game 1 looks like it'll be taken in convincing fashion by Shoujo, who built that lead early, kept it all the way.
And Shoujo picks up the 9th clear just to flex and give us that 6-9 score.
That's got to make you feel good as a runner. You come in, playoffs, first game of the playoffs, and you went 2 above average.
Yeah, certainly. That's all you can hope for. 9 clears will win you a lot of matches, and she's checking to see if Murphy has also cleared it. I think just making sure that she has the win locked up, and she does. 6-9 in favor of ToransuShoujo, taking that first match. What do you think Murphy has to improve on? Obviously, the controller issues have hopefully sorted themselves out, but what do you think Murphy has to do differently in this second match?
You know, Murphy was playing very well. It seemed like a little bit slower on a couple of levels and then faster on some of the other levels. So consistency is really the name of the game over 15 minutes, over 5 matches. You need as much consistency as you can manage. And the more, this is probably going to come down to who breaks 7 the most often. Shoujo did that the first time, won the match. Murphy didn't win the match. You break that 7 barrier, that's probably in good shape.
Yeah, certainly. Both these runners, I believe, having 7.3 for Murphy and 7.9 for Shoujo. So certainly capable of breaking that 7 barrier on a regular basis. And let's see if Murphy can break it this time or Shoujo will once again break it as we enter a Japanese level.
All right, a nice ice theme going on here. Cool and refreshing on a warm summer day, depending on where you are in the world.
And Murphy quickly gets the checkpoint.
I'm in Florida, don't argue with me about spring, it doesn't exist. Well, this is a friendly level so far.
Yeah, Murphy having to save himself, giving Shoujo a chance to come back into the match, and they have both picked up the clears. Almost identical paces so far, 1-1, less than a minute in.
Yeah, not even a full second ahead for Murphy there. Just a very good starting level for this. And a nice speed run to follow it up.
Yeah, 25.5 world record. So they have about 4 to 5 seconds to play with. Let's see how much of that they need.
That's the biggest thing about speedruns and expert versus super expert. Super expert, you can generally figure that sucker's coming down to like the last frame. Maybe it's got a second of leeway. Expert, you're usually talking under 10 seconds, but a lot more forgiving.
Yeah, Shoujo did not have a forgiving POW throw as she hit the muncher before the POW hit the wall, forcing her to restart and potentially giving Murphy a clear advantage, and he's got it. First try for Murphy, 2-1, and Shoujo once again forced to restart.
So for the first time of the day, Murphy is ahead on the clear count.
I feel like that level that Murphy's currently on was a poor attempt to spell Kaizo.
Maybe, but now he's on a level where he's got to keep the cape. So naturally, your first instinct is fly over it, and let's see how well the level maker guarded against that cheese, as Shoujo also picks up a clear.
Yeah, now Shoujo will also head into this cape level. Let's see if Murphy can find it. Needs to get a little bit higher or go below, but he is not able to. Now Shoujo will enter the level.
So you've got the benefit of knowing what the end of it looks like, and you want to try and keep the altitude most likely, because that would be a very awkward trick to get up from underneath.
Yeah,
Shoujo might have enough height there. Do you keep it all the way to one shot? Murphy's got the clear. Shoujo has lost too much altitude. Gaining some of it back, though.
Can she make it over?
I think this is there.
She's got it.
On the one shot. And that helps tighten the race up once again. Murphy got it just a little bit faster, but Shoujo saving an entire clear. Puts this race pretty well even.
Yeah, once again, neck and neck as they enter this 18-second world record. Murphy getting blocked from the mushroom, but picks it up.
We started with quite this stretch of SMW levels. Now we haven't seen one in a while. It might be a case where Shoujo also has a little bit more strength on the SMW levels. But interestingly...
And Murphy taking back the spring, using it for the cheese potential to head over.
Well, let's see what you can make of this. There's the goal. This is gonna work.
He's got there, and
Shoujo's right there.
Once again, these runners neck and neck, maybe 1 to 2 seconds behind.
Keeping this close, and I was gonna say, interestingly, we haven't seen SMB 1 or 3 yet, but I think I see one in the queue after this.
Yeah, let's see. Don't hurry. Certainly not what you want in a race level, as neither of these runners wants to slow down.
Both going for a little bit of exploration. That's probably not a bad thing in a level like this.
Taking different paths through the level, and Murphy falls through the note block gap and will take the first skip of the match.
I couldn't see what the world record is on this one, but that may have played an influence too, as Shoujo's going to get the checkpoint.
I believe it was a 104 or 106, one of the two. Either way, it was longer than a minute, and understandable why he would skip it as Shoujo picks up.
Got a cape and got a chance to fly right into a wall of spikes. The level knows.
Let's see, now Shoujo picking up the star and sees the tape now as Murphy gets chomped. Shoujo takes the lead with 9 minutes to go.
So an airship theme going on in this next level.
Yeah, once again, Murphy taking 2 deaths in this chomp level, giving Shoujo an opportunity to catch up rather quickly.
Of course, with the airship level, you have the up and down scroll, and that can cause obstacles to be hidden from you. Murphy again looking for the cheese. He's going to take the mushroom up to the breakable blocks and say, I wonder why these are breakable.
Let's see if that takes him to the goal. He needs to hop in. He does so.
Shoujo's going to make the same play. That's a lot of change outs, but that's a goal.
Murphy's got it, tied 5-5. Shoujo will hopefully shortly get up there, but now Murphy has a window to tie it up.
Well, ultimately, it's what you're able to do with the advantage you have, so is Murphy going to be able to get through another level faster because of that skip?
Yeah, Shoujo right on cue takes that lead right back, and Murphy runs out of time between him and the thwomp.
Well, you got to go quick on that one. You can't wait for it to come back because the one-way gate. This time he's got the rhythm. One thing you're going to have to fight is that tendency of Mario to grab the wall in this style.
Oh, and he gets squished. Shoujo with an opening, but she does not take advantage.
So that's going to be the biggest issue. There's a lot of familiar speedrun tech, except for the thwomp chasing you. Usually your primary enemy is the timer.
Yeah, so far proving to be a fairly difficult speedrun, and it looks to be a tight timer with the 28.7 world record.
The thwomps are probably more of an optical enemy than anything, in that you pretty well have to move the exact same for the timer. But it's just sort of this visual representation, and psychologically, it's going to raise the pressure.
Yeah, Shoujo now ahead of the furthest Murphy got within this level. Can she take that advantage and pick up the clear? It looks like she can. These donuts, I believe, a little less than a second, so she should get there with
That's
one.
right.
She does so. And takes
One
the
and
2 clear
change.
lead.
So Shoujo made up a bunch of time there as Murphy got into the level faster, but Murphy is going to be right there for the clear as well.
Yeah, as Shoujo enters what I believe is now a 40-second speedrun, a much looser timer with the 28-second world record.
And this one doesn't have that extra pressure of the thwomp, but the same duck skip, not skip, the same duck tech on the ice to get under the boo as the last level.
Yeah, as Murphy missing the spin jump, Shoujo meanwhile having no trouble so far.
Didn't get it on the first time with the note blocks, but the level timer is friendly enough, we know. We should be able to get away with this. An all-star boss rush, and that's the goal.
Right on cue, she gets away with it and picks up her 8th clear as Murphy once again dies to the same Piranha spin jump.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the timing on this jump needs to be. I think you got to do a late spin jump so that you're going up into the box, about like that.
There you go. Murphy cleared the problem section for him. Let's see if he can take advantage of that and get through it as Shoujo in a 10-second speedrun as she gets Kaizo'd.
Murphy really needs Shoujo to get bogged down on the level right now. That's not been what we've seen as Shoujo gets another clear. But with
Right
only
there,
4 minutes left, you need something to slow Shoujo down a little. Give you a chance.
Yeah, she does not get bogged down in anything as she picks up her 9th clear as Murphy, I believe, picking up his 7th. So both these runners clearing 7, but Shoujo once again holding that 2 clear advantage.
And just a reminder, there's a whole lot of exciting playoffs going on. So this is a main course, but make no mistake, there's a lot more ahead.
And Murphy one-shots the 10-second speed run and cutting the clear deficit to 1 as Shoujo used her first skip and enters the 20-second speed run.
Back to the SMW style, we saw it dominate early, but it's been not many lately.
Let's see if Murphy enters Go to the Sky. Shoujo immediately skipped. Let's see if Murphy does the same with the 120 world record. Certainly a possibility.
Yeah, I think you're looking at that and looking at the timer more than anything and just saying there's not time to run this level twice. Which obviously you're usually not going to die right at the goal, but it's still a pretty good indicator that if you don't have the room to die twice, it's probably not going to go great.
Murphy having a lot of trouble with this first jump as Shoujo enters what I can only assume is the final section of this level. And she's got it as Murphy slides into the saws. Shoujo now having a 2 clear lead with 2 minutes to go.
And yet again, up in those double digits. Or didn't quite get to double digits last time, but another very strong showing in this round. Murphy bringing an 8, which is very solid.
Murphy looking for cheese, not able to find any. And into the final section of the level. And will cut the deficit back to 1 with 90 seconds to go. Can he make that up? Shall see.
Shoujo's working through this second SMB3 level that we've seen today. Timing it well and finds a checkpoint. If there was enough time, it might be possible to skip past this level and find a faster one, but Murphy doesn't know he's behind by that.
Shoujo on the final jump. Will this end the game right here? Yes, it will. 2 clear lead, 9-11 in favor of Shoujo. And that will be the nail in the coffin for Murphy. Will now be facing a 2-0 deficit, needing to win 3 consecutive matches to take the set and move on to play the winner of the Beast and Dragon Feeney.
It's going to be exciting later on. Of course, after this race is going to be EVW versus Dimitri. So there's a lot of fun ahead tonight, folks. Stick around.
Yeah, certainly a lot of good games both today and tomorrow, and next week will be the quarterfinals. So be sure to watch that. As Murphy having a lot of trouble in the spring section, will he make it before he runs out?
May also have been eyeing up this next section, figuring out what he wanted to do, and there's his clear right as time runs out. I mean, he's got to be looking at that score and thinking, this is a great score, only to see what Shoujo put up on the board.
Yeah, certainly Murphy has not been playing too bad so far, but is unfortunately still down 2-0, and now needs to pick up the pace and just avoid as much as he can as far as deaths go, as Shoujo is putting on almost a perfect show so far.
Yeah, all the moves have been very solid. The only skip I remember offhand was Shoujo skipping the 120 level with less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, certainly. I believe neither of these runners having used, I believe, 3 skips total. Murphy using, I want to say 2 in the first one, 1 or 2 in the first one, and 2 in the second one. Shoujo using 1 in the second as they enter this Japanese.
Shoujo actually would have used 1 more because of the troll level we had in the first set, so 1 per round.
And right on cue, both these runners use a skip and head to Simply Something.
Well, if you don't like what the level is looking like, move on. Find something else. Of course, the first round of this competition, not this specific season of it, but the previous season of it, it was unlimited skips, so it was all about quickly skipping and finding levels that you were going to be able to clear quickly. Now you have to manage those skips. It's a different animal.
Yeah, certainly both these runners taking quick deaths. Murphy jumping into a piranha and then dying on the first Goomba jump. And gets bit by the piranha once again, opening up an advantage for Shoujo.
Seeing what you're seeing on this level, there's going to be a natural instinct to go fast and get ahead of the obstacles. Like, you want to get going before the Hammer Brothers do. Shoujo with a clear.
Yeah, Shoujo getting ahead of all those obstacles and picking up the clear. And Murphy facing yet another deficit and falls into the abyss.
Gonna go again on this level. And sometimes you gotta build up your muscle memory a little bit on a level to do it well.
Murphy just not finding a path through. As Shoujo, I believe, sticking with this 120-something world record level.
Now this has a clear condition of finding 120 coins, so when you're not seeing those coins throughout the level, you're either figuring, okay, they've got some big 50s or whatever at the end, or there's a big troll in here. But that was a red coin level plus a clear condition level. You can understand getting out of that pretty quickly.
Yeah, certainly a no checkpoint 126 world record level. Tough to stick with as Murphy picks up his first clear. Fortunately, Shoujo having to skip that level, so Murphy has not lost anything so far.
And we'll see how
long
skips Murphy sticks with this one.
Let's see. Shoujo in an auto scroll. Let's see if Murphy will end up in the same boat.
Okay, now that is... If the clear condition were grab all 120 coins, you'd instantly know it was a troll level based upon that first hidden block. It was, however, at least 120, not all of 120, so a little bit different, but now they're on the same level again.
Yeah,
and of course Murphy's looking for cheese.
Both these runners with over 11 minutes to go not wanting to stick with this level, and Murphy looks to have found some cheese as he heads to almost where Shoujo is with substantially less time used.
Trying to make a race out of this, Murphy has been looking for the cheese all day. Found a little bit of it. Now the only trouble is this is a slow auto scroller, so it's out of your hands.
Yeah, certainly. I believe Murphy is now 2 sections behind Shoujo and picking up the Yoshi.
Let's see about that. Because you know what Murphy's going to try. Oh! That hurt.
Almost gets across and heads out. Murphy is now out of skips with a little less than 11 minutes to go.
He played the YOLO game and said there's just no way I'm going to clear this faster, so the only thing to do is move on. All right, a little new soup speed run here. 20 seconds. Looks pretty solid as Shoujo gets the second clear. This is one where you're probably feeling the pressure some as a runner. Here we're 10 minutes in. This is the slowest we've seen the clear rate go of this matchup so far.
Yeah, Murphy once again dying early in a section of the level and giving Shoujo the ability to come back with that one clear advantage.
Styles definitely make a fight, and sometimes there's just a particular trick or a particular technique that's not your strongest suit. But Murphy finding a way to make it work this time.
Oh, and then hits those springs. Will they allow him enough time? They will not, as time will end on Murphy's attempt.
Now they've seen about the same amount of level as Shoujo catches up to where Murphy was. And time's going to be up there as well. But Murphy's right back there into the key doors. This right at the goal. It is! And that's clear.
And it is now tied. Let's see if Shoujo will take that one clear lead back from
That's going to be another clear for Shoujo. Mario the Firefighter. Have we finally got our first SMB1 level of the day?
Yeah, Murphy being forced to play this or take the one clear penalty. Shoujo retaining one skip, so certainly to her advantage if she decides not to stick with this.
Well, this is a very interesting themed level. I didn't catch what the world record was, but it's a very entertaining looking level so far.
So 107 world record, and it looks to be a fairly simple level, just having to wait for the fires to be put out by the ice blocks.
I think you could actually have picked up that helmet that Murphy left. But he got to the checkpoint first, as now Shoujo gets there and does get the helmet. Because what's a firefighter without a proper helmet? Second checkpoint.
See Murphy with the advantage in this level, just avoiding the fireball.
A lot of evasion to be done in this level, but he's doing it well, and runs out. He cleared a lot of the level first try. But so has Shoujo, who's right here.
Yeah, I believe one more section. This is where Murphy faced his end, but Shoujo with that helmet making it through.
That damage boost was a big difference maker. But this time Murphy's got it.
Yeah, now both these runners having to wait for this auto scroll.
Level giving us a 1-up at the end, question mark? There it is.
Yeah, right at the end, both these runners picking up the 1-ups, picking up the clears. And Shoujo retaining that one clear advantage over Murphy.
Really big difference that let Shoujo pick up that clear first was noticing the helmet. Murphy went a little too quick, didn't get it, and that damage boost paid off in a big way.
And a 2-second world record on this level. Shoujo not getting it on the second attempt, and Murphy getting firebarred in the same manner.
What's the path through? Not quite that. A little bit too high for that third firebar. Yeah, this competition is really turning up the heat on these runners.
Certainly, they're putting out fires, now they're jumping fire pits, and Shoujo's got it. And Murphy's got it.
These two have got a lot of levels cleared right next to each other.
Yeah, but the skip that Shoujo cleared looming large right now, as she has the advantage heading into this.
Alright, 200 seconds, not a speedrun level, and this time it's Shoujo looking for the cheese jump. Doesn't get it, but Murphy does.
Somehow we knew that if there was cheese in this level, Murphy was going to find it, and Shoujo also does the same. And there's the clear flag for Murphy, and now we are tied.
Yeah, but not going to be far away for Shoujo. We've seen this was right here at the goal. And that's a clear. When you don't have to worry about the 1-ups, it's a lot easier to hit that goal.
Yeah, as Murphy enters the night in the ghost house, 15-second world record.
And again, Murphy finds himself, although he doesn't know this, in the position of just needing something to slow down Shoujo, and that just has not been happening today.
And Annie Esberg with the subscription. Thank you, Annie Esberg.
Well, this is probably a case where Murphy wishes he had the skip, and we'll see if Shoujo's going to bring it out. The dark theme makes it very hard to see if you've got any cheese here, and there's the skip for Shoujo. No, I'm sorry, just to start over. I apologize. I spoke too soon.
And Murphy looks to have found a path. Let's see if it's the path. And there's the end for Murphy.
When in doubt, jump right. It's been the theme of the day. Not just run right, but jump right. So this is one that could potentially slow Shoujo down a little bit, because you're never quite sure how far along you are.
Oh, that on-off switch blocks it from Shoujo, but there's one waiting at the end that she can hit. Question mark? She's got it.
Yep. Yeah, you just have to dodge the springs not throwing you over the ledge. Shoujo does, so pulls right back ahead with that advantage. This has been a great section for showing why these runners can do double digits on one section and yet their clear rates be 7s and change, not getting to 8s. It's just because sometimes you get levels like these and the set just slows you down.
Murphy wisely picking up all the red coins, as there's, I believe, a key door waiting for him at the end.
It's always a tough call, and sometimes you're just playing it by feel of the level, whether or not red coins are required. That gets Murphy the clear.
Tied up with 1 minute 45 seconds to go, but Shoujo looks to have came back and taken that advantage once again as Murphy enters a 26-second world record level.
Alright, so make no mistake, this is very close, because with that much time left, there's still a path here where Murphy can force overtime.
Oh, well played by Murphy, being able to turn around without any trouble on these dash blocks.
One of the newer mechanics that came along with the last major update of Mario Maker 2.
Murphy now having to stabilize himself below the spikes as Shoujo enters the next section.
If Shoujo beats this, there is not... Well, there's still enough time for Murphy to get into another level. Let's see what we got.
See, less than 30 seconds to go in the level, and less than 40 seconds to go in the match. And 23-second world record for Murphy. Shoujo's got it. It's a Super Trollio world. Oh god. Can Murphy get through this troll level in 30 seconds? One attempt to save his season.
Alright, a little bit of patience pays off at the start. Wops have
Oh, but it does not pay off below, and that will be it as Shoujo takes this 3-0 over Murphy. He's now out of time and now out of the running for the GSA Season 3 championship.
So, bottom line is these last two came down to one clear. The first round was a little bit more of an advantage for Shoujo, but the last two, they were neck and neck.
Yeah, let's see if either of them want to hop in for interviews. Shoujo looks like she will, and Murphy will as well. So let's see when they enter.
Well, chat, while we're waiting, what was your favorite level of the day? I gotta go with the firefighter level. That was fun.
Yeah, certainly. It was a very entertaining level. And there is Shoujo. Shoujo, congratulations on the win, dominating pretty much the entire way through.
Thanks.
GG.
GG. 100%. Thank you.
Yeah, and then Murphy, I have to ask, what was happening in that first match? You were having problems with the controller? What was the issue?
Yeah, don't worry about that. That's not a big deal.
Oh,
Do you guys really not know what I was doing?
I read it in the Discord here, but the way we watch this is chat's covered, so we didn't see it at the time.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So I was trying to skip like it was endless. So I don't know if I've ever pressed select in like not endless mode, I guess. So when I was pressing select or minus or whatever and it was pausing, I was like, what is going on here? I thought my controller's messed up. So no, I'm just dumb.
Well, other than that, you had things pretty close. You were within one clear on both the last 2 rounds, and probably in those cases really just came down to using a skip where Shoujo got a clear. What was agreeing with you? What was not working so great today?
Ooh, me? I don't know. I was in a weird spot after that. After that trying to skip thing. But then I felt like it kind of like that was weird enough that I was like, oh, all right. Well, the rest of this is going to be fine. Like, there's no way mistakes are going to be made worse than that. So it was kind of calm going forward. But I mean, you know, it's just Shoujo's a great player, and I tried to keep up as best as I could, but not good enough.
Shoujo, you started off strong with the double-digit clears. How much does that help your mindset throughout the rest of the match?
A lot. It's relieving to know that I don't usually keep track of the amount of clears I have, so it's good to see the number and realize that I'm doing well, and I just need to remember that.
Yeah, and then the difference in that third and final set it ended up being was that you stuck with, I believe, a 115 world record level. Talk us through that decision. Why did you decide to stick with it instead of burning your third skip as Murphy did?
It was just I really didn't want to use that third skip. There were a couple levels where I definitely could have. But I felt like it was kind of too early to use it, and I wanted to do the best that I could to not worry about it too much.
All right, and with that, thank you both for coming into the booth for the interviews, and congratulations, Shoujo, for moving on to the next round.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us. GG's.
GG's. Thank you.
Well, looking ahead, plenty of an excitement. Eric von Wilderman, Dimitri is up next. Following them is going to be Lil Curbs, SV John Wayne, and capping off the night, The Beast 721 versus The Dragon Feeney.
Yeah, and with that, we will be signing off. I am Sean47 in the booth with Trenton. Peace.
Good night, everybody.